Hi everyone, welcome back to Infinite Math Help Squared. This video is going to help you round numbers depending on the place value that they tell you to round to. Alright, so let's get started. I am going to link this place value chart from QMath into the description of the video so that you guys can make a copy and use it for yourself while you're trying to round. Okay, but one of the things that I like about QMath's decimal place value chart is that it's showing you what these numbers actually represent, where they are in the place value. If you notice, every single one of these is being divided by some power of 10. And if you look on this side, each of these is actually, since they're getting larger, they're being multiplied by some power of 10. Now, what do I mean by a power of 10? Well, if I take 1 and I multiply it by 10, I get 10. But what if I multiply by 10 again? 10 times 10 is 100. And then if I'm here and I multiply by 10 again, I get 1,000. So I keep multiplying by 10. And as you get older, you refer to those as powers. So that would look like, let's say 10 times 10 times 10, right? Because we did 1, 2, 3. And then we would write it instead as a shortcut 10 cubed, or 10 to the power of 3. Now that's not the focus of this video. The focus of the video is to find the patterns and understand place value so that we can actually round according to what we want to round to. So these numbers, just realize that the pattern here is that these numbers keep getting smaller because we divide by a larger number. We're cutting it into more and more equal pieces. And then over here, we're getting larger and larger. And since our number system is a base 10 number system, it's by multiplying by 10 or dividing by 10. Okay, let's take a number like 73 and 86/100ths. Let's place it into our chart. Now, I don't have a lot of room at the bottom, so I'm going to do it here. So we have our decimal point, and we have 73 decimal point 86. And now it falls very nicely into our chart, right? Here we have the hundredths column, the tenths column, the ones, and the tens. So what if we said round to the nearest, and let's highlight it. Let's round to the nearest tenth. Let's do that one first. What would that look like? Well, if I want to round to the 10th, then this is as far as I can keep writing. I'm not going to write anything past the 8 because it's in the 10th spot. Okay, so let's take a look at if this number actually remains 8 or if it's going to get bumped up. How do we know? Well, if this is where we have to stop, then I want you to look right here. Looking right here, you're going to be able to decide, do I round up or do I keep the number the same? If this number that I've underlined is a 5 or higher, you are going to bump the number up. If it is less than 5, so anything from, let's say, 0 to 4, then you will keep the number the same. In this case, 6 falls into this category. It's larger than 5. So what do I have to do? I have to bump it up to the next digit higher. And since we're rounding to the nearest tenth, we do not have to write this place value right here. We don't write anything else. And this is it. 73 and 86/100ths rounded to the nearest tenth is 73 and 9/10. Okay. What if I wanted to, don't want to clear that. What if I would like to round differently? What if I would like to round, let's say it's 73.864. And let's pretend that this time I would like to round to the hundredths spot. So again, I will write it here in my place value chart to keep me organized and focused. I am going to highlight what they want me to round to. I want to stay at the hundreds. So I'm not going to write anything past it. None of this will all be blank in my answer. Okay, I told you that we are going to stop the writing here so you look at this number here. Okay, if it's 5 or higher, bump it up. If it's anything 0 to 4, keep it the same. This is a 4, so I will keep this number the same. And remember, in my estimate, I don't have to write anything past the hundreds because I asked you to round to the nearest hundreds. And that's rounding. I'll do one more. Let's pretend that I would like you to round I'll put it back. And let's pretend that this time I would like you to round to the nearest whole number, or the ones column, right? So this is the one we're focused on. This is the one where we need to stop. So this is the one we look at. Is it 5 or higher? Yes. So then what we're going to do is we are supposed to bump this one up because this number is 5 or higher. So let's bump it up. And then remember, you don't have to write anything else after, right? Ta-da! So 74. If you did 74.0, you would not be wrong. It's the same thing as 74, but it's not required, okay? I hope that was helpful. And until next time, stay mathematical.